Well, if you're in a spot where you need a little financial help, you might take a look at what you have, and you just might be able to get some of the cash you need with what you've got. But how do you know exactly what it's worth? This is David Goldstein of Biltmore Loan and Jewelry, and he's here to tell you that, you know what, this is what you do day in and day out. You and your team are experts, and sometimes, David, we may have acquired it. We may, in fact, own it, know what it is, but a lot of times we don't really know the value of something. But we can depend on you for that.
And that's really what Biltmore is all about. Today we're showing watches. We're going to show some silver. We say from Jaguars to jewelry, from land to Land Rovers, from time to timeless. Basically, what we do is, people have been borrowing money since the 1600s. And then it was called pawn. And pawn has evolved over the years and kind of has a nasty connotation to it.
It does.
And what I did 6 years ago was try to take that nasty connotation and bring it to the masses of upscale America. In communities where you could go, in communities where you could get a fair and reasonable professional opinion on something, not a buyer who is there, what we would call an opportunity buyer.
Right. You're not capitalizing on anybody's desperation. As a matter of fact, you're doing exactly the opposite.
Correct.
Because you do understand the value of so many things. And I think that's what a lot of people need to know, is that is absolutely your forte, David. We're not just talking watches. We are talking diamonds, artwork.
Antiques, collectibles,
yeah.
Artwork. I mean, literally, if you have, I mean, from sports memorabilia, cars, it could be literally anything.
So life, it changes, and sometimes people come to you because they're in a desperate situation financially, but sometimes it's quite the opposite. It's for a good thing, like you said, a wedding, or maybe somebody's trying to start a business. I was watching the cupcakes earlier, and I was saying to myself as I was watching that, I said, I had a friend who was just getting ready to throw a wedding for his daughter, and he said, it's going to be expensive. And I said to him, are you in position to do it? And he said, no, not really right now. I said, so do you have other things that you're not utilizing right now? And yes, they do. So there's your instant. You don't have to go to a bank. Right. You can do it in a professional atmosphere, and you can be taken care of by professional people. So there's a couple of different options that you offer up people. You could certainly do a loan. Yes. Or else what? You can sell it outright. Today consignment is so big in consignment shops everywhere, and the real true reality of consignment shops is you get about 40% of what they sell it for. So if you figure that out, and that's if it sells in the first month. If you figure that out, basically you're getting that cash up front. And the interesting thing about if you need to do a loan, you actually get 90 days before any interest is due. So it gives you a little breather when you're in one of those situations where maybe you have a roof problem, a dog vet problem, an unexpected health aid. It could be anything. It could be even a commission that you're waiting for. Right. That's what we're there for. We're basically problem solvers. Well, you can't go to the bank and say, here's my Rolex. Can you give me, $20,000? It just doesn't work that way. And immediately. Yeah, it just doesn't work that way anymore. You have 2 locations. Do you prefer people to reach out to you via email with some of their challenges that they're trying to figure out, or would you like people to walk in? I think that's a great question. We invite you to send in an email and give us any information you can ahead of time, but it's a very personal atmosphere and it's a very personal environment. We want you to come in. We want you to come in, test us, check us, challenge us, compare us. We have nothing to hide, and we really want you to compare us. We want you to get the most you can for whatever it is that you have. All right, so I'm going to tell you how to go about that. Of course, David has 2 different locations for you to choose from. But here's how he really wants you to begin the process. Email a photo and a description of the item that you're looking at to info@biltmoreloan.com. Scottsdale has a location at 480-991 Loan. Chandler's location, 480-705 Loan. Both of the numbers 5626, by the way. You can learn more about the locations and David at biltmoreloan.com, or to buy some of these items or some of the other items that David has, look up biltmorelux.com.